The assassination attempt on General Vladimir Alexeev of the main directorate of the General Staff of the Russian Armed Forces may be an attempt to disrupt peace negotiations. According to Union, this was reported by the media, citing sources in the office of the President of Ukraine. It is noted that the attempt may have been organized by third parties interested in derailing the peace process. The attack took place during the first substantive negotiations on ending the war, and it is the GRU that coordinates the Russian delegation. A strike against a negotiator is the least advantageous for Ukraine and may be aimed at undermining the negotiation process itself. Meanwhile, the Kremlin is trying to blame Ukraine for the attempt on Alexeev's life. The head of the foreign ministry of the aggressor country, Sergei Lavrov, claimed that this was supposedly an attempt by Kyiv to disrupt the negotiations. He once again stated that the Ukrainian authorities are allegedly focused on constant provocations. According to Lavrov, the Russian leadership will decide whether to continue negotiations with Ukraine. On February 4th and 5th, negotiations between Ukraine, the US, and the Russian Federation took place in Abu Dhabi. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy stated that the next meeting could take place in America. The Russian delegation is headed by the direct superior of General Alexeev, the head of the GRU, Igor Kostyukov. An assassination attempt on a top general of the Russian Ministry of Defense was carried out on the morning of February 6th in Moscow. According to media reports, Alexeev is in intensive care in serious condition. One of the bullets struck vital organs. Ukrainian blogger Denis Kazansky believes that internal conflicts may be behind the assassination attempt on the general. Lieutenant General Vladimir Alexeev is closely connected to the Wagner PMC and was once its primary overseer. He also took a significant part in the high-stakes negotiations with the head of the Wagner PMC, Yevgeny Prigozhin, during the armed mutiny that occurred in the summer of 2023.
An assassination attempt was made on a top Russian Defense Ministry general in Moscow. On the morning of February 6th, an unknown assailant shot at Russian General Vladimir Alexeev, the first deputy chief of the main directorate of the General Staff of the Russian Armed Forces, the military intelligence agency known as the GRU. The general was hospitalized with multiple gunshot wounds. Russian media reported on the assassination attempt against him. According to propagandists, the assassination attempt took place near Alexeev's home on Volokolamsk Highway in the northwestern part of Moscow. The assailant shot at Alexeev and then quickly fled the scene. The wounded officer was hospitalized in a local city hospital. According to Russian media, the case was opened under two articles at once: attempted murder and illegal possession of firearms. Lieutenant General Vladimir Alexeev has been the first deputy chief of the GRU since 2011 and is known as a key figure in the Russian military intelligence community. According to Ukrainian intelligence, Alexeev is responsible for reconnaissance and preparing data for strikes on Ukraine, particularly on civilian targets. Alexeev is also the deputy of Igor Kostyukov, who heads the Russian negotiating group in Abu Dhabi. Russian propaganda outlets are hinting at an alleged Ukrainian connection to the assassination attempt. They write that Alexeev was shot the day after Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy announced he had authorized new SBU operations. However, Ukrainian blogger Denis Kazansky believes that the assassination attempt on the general appears to be the result of internal conflicts. As Russian militant Igor Strelkov-Gherkin claimed in one of his interviews, since 2014 Alexeev had been the overseer of the Wagner PMC. In 2023, when the Wagner mutiny took place, Alexeev released a video address in which he called on Prigozhin to stop, and later he met with Yevgeny Prigozhin himself at the Rostov headquarters, as Prigozhin was marching on Moscow. Let us recall that Prigozhin died in a plane crash in the Tver region on August 23.